Homophobia triggered by religious beliefs is a huge issue facing Asian communities. Much of it goes unreported, with many people suffering from it from within their families and ultimately feeling forced to suffer in silence. But the Naz and Matt Foundation is on a mission to tackle the issue, to ensure parents accept their children for who they are.
Naz and Matt Foundation was set up in 2014, sadly as a result of my fiancé of 13 years, Naz, Dr. Naz Mahmood, sadly taking his own life 2 days after being confronted about his sexuality by his deeply religious parents.
And from your work through the charity, how common is it for people to suffer homophobia from their parents?
It's very common, and it's more common than most people would probably think, because a lot of it goes unreported. You know, who do you report a homophobic abuse you're receiving from your parents? There's no one really to report to unless it's a crime. And sadly, as our foundation grows, we hear more and more stories from individuals about what their parents are actually putting them through, and sometimes the physical, mental abuse that they get put through, all because of the way that they were born.
And with many scared to bring so-called shame on their families, do you fear there is a high risk of more and more people being driven to commit suicide, or in some cases marry someone purely because their parents pressure them to?
Sadly, with so much pressure from parents being placed on their children to follow and adhere to how they wanted their kids to grow up, sadly that pressure can become so immense when those individuals, when they realise and accept themselves as being LGBTQIA, when they actually realise that they're never going to meet the expectations of their parents just because of the way they're born. So where it becomes too difficult, sometimes they have to find a way forward. Sometimes that is to follow the wishes of their parents, to get married to someone who their parents believe they should be marrying, and that can create a huge amount of pressure on themselves. And sadly, we are told of cases when young individuals, sadly the only way forward is to take their own life. That's what they feel. But of course, that is not the way forward. There is help out there, and that's one of the things that our foundation does, to provide support to individuals who feel they've got nowhere else to go.
And since setting up the foundation in 2014, it's gone from strength to strength. How does it feel knowing Naz's legacy is really living on and helping so many people?
It's really important for Naz's legacy to continue and live on, because he spent his whole life helping other people. He was a GP, he was a doctor, and that's what he loved doing the most. So it's really important that we continue, for as long as we can, the work that we're doing, which is to help other people in similar situations, to ourselves and also Naz as well. And I think he would be, I hope, he's proud looking down and seeing the work that we're doing in this community, coming together as one and actually standing up to the homophobia from parents. Not in a negative way, but in a positive way, to encourage them to just create that safe space to allow them to love and accept their own children for how they were born.